Imagination is more important than knowledge. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. Anyone who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be a value. A happy man is too satisfied with the present to dwell too much on the future. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Small is the number of those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. The only source of knowledge is experience. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. The difference between stupidity and genius is that genius has its limits. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. A question that sometimes drives me hazy: am I or are the others crazy? Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Information is not knowledge. Creativity is intelligence having fun. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. A calm and modest life brings more happiness than the pursuit of success combined with constant restlessness. Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. In matters of truth and justice, there is no difference between large and small problems, for issues concerning the treatment of people are those all who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. I speak to everyone in the same way. whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. A clever person solves a problem. A wise person avoids it. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Intellectuals solve problems. Geniuses prevent them. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives and not in what he is able to receive. I never teach my pupils. I only attempt to provide the conditions in which they can learn. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. Few people are capable of expressing with equanimity opinions which differ from the prejudices of their social environment. Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Never lose a holy curiosity. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Knowledge of what is does not open the door directly to what should be. Gravitation is not responsible for people falling in love. I believe in standardizing automobiles. I do not believe in standardizing human beings. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. The world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. Memory is deceptive because it is colored by today's events. The most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious. Our task must be to free ourselves by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. Learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. Great ideas often receive violent opposition from mediocre minds. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. The important thing is to never stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. Force always attracts men of low morality. The attempt to combine wisdom and power has only rarely been successful, and then only for a short while. Pure mathematics is, in its way, the poetry of logical ideas. The ideals which have always shone before me and filled me with joy are goodness, beauty, and truth. Nationalism is an infantile disease. It is the measles of mankind. The pursuit of truth is more valuable than its possession. The only real valuable thing is intuition. Anger dwells only in the bosom of fools. Imagination is the highest form of research. I never made one of my discoveries through the process of rational thinking. The search for truth is more precious than its possession. Few things are harder to put up with than the annoyance of a good example. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual. The distinction between the past, present, and future is only a stubbornly persistent illusion. The more I learn, the more I realize how much I don't know. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. Education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. Not everything that can be counted counts, and not everything that counts can be counted. A theory can be proved by experiment, but no path leads from experiment to the birth of a theory. Once you stop learning, you start dying. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Only two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the former. Human beings must have action, and they will make it if they cannot find it. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. Science is a wonderful thing if one does not have to earn one's living at it. In order to be an immaculate member of a flock of sheep, one must above all be a sheep oneself. The environment is everything that isn't me. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. Every kind of peaceful cooperation among men is primarily based on mutual trust. Information is not knowledge. The only source of knowledge is experience. The most important decision we make is whether we believe we live in a friendly or hostile universe. A human being is a part of the whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be changed from one form to another. The measure of a man is not what he achieves, but what he gives. If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle, requires creative imagination. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Morality is of the highest importance, but for us, not for God. The world is not threatened by the people who do evil, but by those who allow it. Play is the highest form of research. Out of clutter, find simplicity. From discord, find harmony. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. The man of science is a poor philosopher. Never lose a holy curiosity. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. Science can flourish only in an atmosphere of free speech. A person starts to live when he can live outside himself. Nothing happens until something moves. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts.